to show you guys how to set up your accounts. You can do it with on the computer. And then I'll show you how you can actually put this in action as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and share my screen. Give you guys a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing here today. So number one is, long story short, we find that just most restaurants have a lot of catering and event opportunities that they miss, that they're not capitalizing on, because their sales processes are either non-existent, maybe you don't have a sales process for this, or it's just old school and outdated, and it causes too much friction, right? So if you are relying on people right now to book catering, if you're relying on them filling out a really long inquiry form on your website with 20 different fields, and or you're asking them to call the restaurant, basically there's just a lot of inefficiency there. Okay, so long story short, we would encourage you all to allow people to schedule calls or schedule appointments, kind of like we're doing right now, if they're interested in catering. Okay, because what we find is if you want to sell something that's over $1,000, your events or caterings might be over $1,000, and in some cases a lot more than that. It's really difficult to sell them that amount of an invoice, just via back and forth emails. You have to get them on a phone call. That's where your trust gets built. That's where the details can get discussed. Okay, so long story short, again, we really encourage, allow people to schedule meetings with you or appointments with you when they're interested in catering. This then just becomes a game of sales. The more appointments you can set, the more deals you're going to close, right? So let me just show you a few examples of this. And so again, what you don't want to do is you don't want to have a really long inquiry form like this, have people fill out 20 fields, and then you will get back to them after they submit their inquiry form, right? A lot of times these inquiry forms, they just kind of go to the abyss. You might get back to them in an hour, maybe you get back to them in a day, maybe you never get back to them, right? Sometimes that happens. And so we find that if you have forms like this, unless you get back to that person within about 5 minutes of them submitting this, the chances of closing that deal go way down. But if they schedule a meeting with you, then your chances of actually closing that deal are a lot better. Okay, so that's why we're going through this here today. Let me just show you 2 examples here live in action, and then we'll actually walk through the Calendly setup together, and we can actually help you make your account right here on the call. So here's one of our clients. They sell these really crazy donuts, and they've got all their catering information down here at the bottom. They do some stuff with Easy Cater. They have their order now form. So you guys don't have to change anything you're doing now. Keep everything you got going on now. But if people have questions and they need help, you want to give them an easy lifeline to just schedule a call with you, schedule a meeting with you. Okay, and then that will then take them here right to the Calendly page, which of course on my demo here is going nice and slow, but you guys get the point. Here's another example here with one of our clients here in Texas, and they have all their catering information down here. At the very top, they call this a catering consultation call. So if people want to book a catering consultation call, they simply can go and schedule right there. Okay. So again, this makes it a lot easier for your prospects because they know the next steps. They know exactly what's coming on up. And for you, you don't have to be chasing people around via email back and forth. You can wake up in the morning, or whoever's handling your catering wakes up in the morning, they see their calendar. Great, I've got 3 catering appointments today. You know exactly when to call them, what day and what time. Okay, so obviously on this, you don't have to be available 24/7 for calls. Like this doesn't need to be any, any crazy availability like that. A lot of our clients, they are available 9 to 5 for calls, or you could set this up where you're available maybe for 2 hours a day, 2 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just give some people some availability to book. Okay, so we're kind of all on the same page of like why this is different than just having people fill out an inquiry form or calling the restaurant. Our next step is going to actually be step by step of walking through how to actually set up your Calendly account. Okay, so I'd like everybody, if you don't have this set up right now, I'm going to put a link in the chat box. here's where you can actually set up your account with me live on the call here. And so I'm going to put a link in the chat box. If you guys just want to go to calendly.com, or I put a link in the chat box, you could just click that link. We'll give everybody a moment to do that. If you guys have questions throughout the call, I'll take them at the end, or you can put them in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer them as we go through the call here today. Yeah. So click that link, go to calendly.com, and then in the very, I'm going to assume everybody's there. I'm going to kind of go slowly through this so everybody has time to catch up. Once you're on calendly.com, you'll want to go to the top right-hand side here, click on Get Started. Okay. And then here's where you can sign up for your free Calendly account. Now, the email address that you'll sign up with, I would recommend have this one be the one that you want to be notified of. You know, when people schedule meetings with you, this is the account that you want to sync with your calendar as well. You can always change this after the fact, but it's nice if you set that up at the beginning. So I already have a Calendly account, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this with one of my personal accounts and set this up just like it's a live new account. Okay. So as you can see on my screen, I'm just going ahead and integrating my Google Calendar. You can use any calendar that you want. Okay. Again, I'm going to go a little bit slowly here through these steps for you guys. Guys, give me a quick thumbs up if you made it to this page. All good. Let me know when you made it to this page. Josh is on the ball. Kimberly's getting it figured out. Okay, once you're on this page here, go ahead and just click on my own. These couple questions here that Calendly is going to ask you, they really don't matter at all. Just put whatever you want. I do sales. And then set up the calendar that you will be using to check for existing events. So again, this is the calendar that you will be looking at on a daily basis. Whatever calendar you currently use, I'm going to use my Google Calendar. And if your computer craps out or you got to get pulled away or something during our call today, we have a step-by-step guide on this. So I can send that to you guys after the call as well. Once your calendar is connected here, should be all good. Press next here. And then I'll wait for everybody here to get to the availability page. Again, all this stuff can be changed later on, but the default availability will be 9 to 5. Just make sure you change it to your time zone, the bottom here. I'm in Vegas, so I do Pacific time. Okay. Let's go ahead and click next. And then this is how would you like to meet with people? I would recommend just do phone call, just to keep things simple to start. Just do phone call. And just keep it on phone call there. And then keep it on I will call my invitee. People will book with you and you will call them. Okay. People are not calling you, you are calling them. And so I will call my invitee. Okay. And then once you do that, you should be taken to the Calendly homepage. Give everybody a few seconds to get there. And in here is where you will edit this event. So in the top right-hand corner of this purple box here, you've got a little gear icon. Go ahead and click that gear icon and hit edit. Not edit permissions, just the very top one, hit edit. And on the left-hand side, that should pull up some options. So first things first, we're going to rename this event. Okay? I would recommend name this event your restaurant name. and then catering call or catering consultation call, or if you don't do catering, maybe you do private events, restaurant name, private events call. So, something like that. So I'm just going to go like this, say Luke's Tavern catering call. Something really simple like that. That way people know they're going through their booking a phone call. The duration that I like to change it to, this doesn't matter too much. But I like to do just a 15-minute call. People know they're not committing to too much right away. Your location will stay at phone call. Now here's where you can adjust your availability. Okay? So this is really, really important here. Make sure you change this number right here from 60 days, change it to about 5 days. Okay? The reason is you don't want people to book too far in advance. They book too far in advance, they're probably not serious about this, and they'll no-show your meeting. Okay, it's going to be a waste of time. So just allow people about 5 days to book. And then this notice right here, where it says 4 hours notice, this is basically how much time do you need as a notice of someone scheduled a meeting with you. So if you're someone who works away from your restaurant and you're not in the day-to-day as much, you could have this be a lower amount, right? Ideally, people could book with you 15 minutes from right now and you'd be available to have a call with them. That's not reasonable for everybody. So if you need some heads up as a notice, totally fine. So some of our restaurants will do this if they are available pretty much around the clock. You might want to have a 1 or 2 hour notice, right? In a perfect world, people can book with you if they're interested in catering as soon as possible. But that's not always reasonable. So if you're busy working in the restaurant, totally fine. You could put a 12-hour notice on here. So people can never schedule with the same day. They can always just book for tomorrow, right? Or you could put a 4-hour notice or whatever makes sense to you. Okay. So something like this, all right? And then you can adjust your availability here from 9 to 5. You also can change these. You can take off Monday. You can do it from noon to 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can do it noon to 2 every day. It really doesn't matter. Again, you can always change that. But this is the important thing here. 5 days into the future, make sure you adjust your notice time. And then we'll click save. Give everybody a chance to catch up here. Guys, am I going at a good pace? Too fast, too slow? Just right? Nathan says it's okay. Perfect, cool. All right, and then very bottom right-hand corner, we've got a small button here that says more options. You'll want to click on that. It says more options. Go ahead and click there. And then at the very top right-hand side, where it says description, here's where you want to write a little description right here. So just for the purpose of today's call, let's just put in here, schedule a quick call to discuss your catering needs. Can't type today. Schedule a quick call to discuss your catering needs. Okay, it doesn't have to be crazy, but after the call, you can come in here and give people a little bit of information around what your catering, like what your abilities are. You could give people a little bit more information here, but again, you don't have to. Easy enough, schedule a quick call to discuss your catering needs. If you don't do catering, schedule a quick call to discuss your private event, stuff like that, okay? Keep it simple. Limits and buffers, you can skip this portion here. And we'll go down to the booking page. No, we're gonna skip that as well. Hold on, let me see. They change this around sometimes on me. Let's go down to the invitee form. The invitee form. And I like to change this box right here where it says name, comma, email. Just change it to first name, comma, last name email. Just a personal preference. But I like having first name, last name. Yeah. And then in this question one right here, let's actually delete this question. We're going to delete this question one, and then we're going to add a new question. Okay. Now, quick thought about questions on your form. The less is more. You want to have a simple form. You don't want to ask people too many questions. So you want to ask them some questions so you have the necessary information for your call. But again, you don't need all the information. You can discover the details of their request during your call. So typically, I like to just as a default ask people two questions. The first question would be number of people. So you could do question number one will be number of people, make it required, and then make it the answer is one line. It's totally fine. So number of people, required, answer type is one line. And then add another question. And this one can be like event type. And then maybe in parentheses, you do wedding, corporate lunch. Just giving you guys some examples here. Birthday party, family gathering, etc. Okay. Something like that. Whatever makes sense for your restaurant, go ahead and put required there. Nathan has a good comment. Nathan says, I like to ask the number of people and what is your vision for the event? And they said this will tell you a lot about the event and the client. So yeah, 100%. You could definitely add another question and you could say something like, what is your vision for this event? Maybe you say provide as much detail as you want. Something like that, right? And then you can make that question required or not required, right? I think that's a good tip there. But really mainly event type and then number of people. And again, you don't really need these things. You could take them out completely if you wanted to. Just find it helps when you have people book with you, you kind of understand, okay, this person's looking for a 500-person wedding, or this person's looking for a 50-person birthday party. You kind of understand what's going on before you enter the call, right? So we're going to keep going down this page here, guys. We're going to go to the notifications and workflows. This will automatically save. So go to notifications and workflows. And I believe this is still included in the free version of Calendly. Let me double check. You'll want to turn on your email reminders. So on these three dots here on email reminders, go ahead and turn that on. And then go ahead and click edit, right? Now we'll want to send them 3 reminders for the call, just increases the chances that they don't no-show you. Again, you can customize the timing of the reminders, but as a default, we like to recommend doing it for 1 day reminder, 1 hour reminder, and 10 minutes. Okay, so you can go ahead and adjust the reminder, have 3 reminders 1 day, 1 hour, and 10 minutes before your call. And you can keep all of this email and body reminders just how it is. It should work just fine, how it's templated there. Okay. 1 day, 1 hour, 10 minutes. And then same thing for the text reminders. I believe this is in the free version. Nice. So you'll also want to turn on your text reminders. And again, same thing here. We'll want to add 1 day, 1 hour, and then 10 minutes. On the text reminders. And then hit save and close. And you guys are almost done. Let's go ahead and give everybody a few seconds to finish that up. Antonio's asking, can you remind me why you're recommending us to have the person schedule a call instead of them calling the restaurant? So people can still call your restaurant and like do the current process that they are now, right? We're not recommending you change anything like operationally. Still allow people to get like to call the restaurant clearly, um, but this is a more organized sales process, right? If someone calls the restaurant, the person at the restaurant might not exactly know how to handle that call. Maybe they fumble it. There's a lot of people who are browsing online for catering, and they're browsing online at like midnight or like 1 a.m. It's weird. There's a lot of people that do that. And so obviously at those moments, they can't call the restaurant. So you want to give them an easy path to schedule a call with you. Um, Also, if they're just calling the restaurant, then usually that hostess who's ever answering has to then pass on the message to who's ever answering the catering responsibilities. And then, so it's kind of like this delayed back and forth broken sales process that a lot of opportunities can slip through the cracks. So that's why we really recommend just allowing people to schedule a meeting. It's clean, easy. Every business has different intake sales process. So it's not like you have to do it this way. It's just that we've seen it work really well. Okay. So go ahead and press save your changes there. And let's go ahead and test this. So everybody go back to your page here and go ahead and click on view booking page. Right here on your Calendly event, you should have this where it says view booking page. And this is what mine looks like. So a couple things you might want to do as you're testing this. Just take a look, 15 minutes, phone call, your quick description is there, your title is here, looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead into the calendar and let's open it up. So just make sure you have the first name, last name, email, phone number. Make sure that the phone number field is populated here. I've had some restaurants have this form and they forgot to put the phone number field in there, and then you have no way to call this person. So you definitely want to make sure that field is there. Okay. And this looks perfect. So what I recommend all of you do, go ahead and just schedule a fake call with yourself. Okay. Go ahead and just do a fake booking. Do a fake booking. And then just make sure that this shows up on your calendar. Okay. And make sure that you get an email notification right after you schedule this call. That's the same email notification that you'll get when real people do this. Okay. Give everybody a few moments. Just go ahead and check your calendar. Check your calendar and check your email. I'll go ahead and pull up this personal calendar here. All right. So you can see my screen here. I've got my fake booking that I just did here for 2:30 today. Okay. Now, one thing to remember is now that this appointment software is showing availability based on your calendar, if you're ever unavailable for calls, like during your normal working hours that you have put your availability for, maybe you're on vacation, you're at the doctor's office, or just can't take calls for whatever reason, just make sure you come to your calendar and block off that day, right? So let's say you're on vacation the whole week, you're going to Cabo, you're going to Mexico, just go like this. Because Calendly will read your calendar, and if you're available, you'll hopefully get calls scheduled, right? So if you don't want calls scheduled, just make sure you block off your calendar like that. All right. Thanks, Anna. Oh, and I appreciate you for being here. Okay, so final steps here. Everybody make it this far? We're good. Guys, give me a few thumbs up if you're following me so far. All right, sweet. Okay, so next thing is what I'd like you to do is uh, in your Calendly account, go back to your Calendly account real fast. And I'd like you guys all to click on this button right here where it says copy link. Okay. If you guys could email me that link or put it in your client Slack channel, we would just like to take a second look at it just to make sure that it's set up correctly before we start driving traffic to it. So this link right here, just click that button and then paste that link to me either in an email or put it in your client Slack channel. And we'll double check that it's all set up correctly. Okay. Give you a few moments to do that. And again, my email I will put in the chat. Send me that link and or put it in your client Slack channel, please. We'll double check it's all good to go. All right. Probably gives you enough time to do that. Thank you, Jimmy. Nice. Love that. Let's go ahead and let's put Jimmy on the spot here. See if Jimmy set it up correctly. Catering and event call. Nice. Yep. Love it. Looks good. Perfect, guys. One other small thing you could do as well is you could put your logo. You see how this is, there's no logo here, which is totally fine. Jimmy, it says your name. Again, totally fine. In the settings here in Calendly, you can go ahead and change that. You can put your logo. It's somewhere in the settings box here. I think it's probably in the admin center. Where is that? I guess it doesn't matter too much for our call, but yeah, there's somewhere you can add like your logo. Might be kind of a cool touch. Okay. So anyway, guys, go ahead and send me that link, and then let me show you how we can actually put this into action. So now that you have that link, I would highly encourage us to do a couple things with it. Number one is you'll definitely want to put it on your website. Okay, you'll definitely want to put it on your website. So contact whoever's handling your website. If you handle it, if you've got someone else handling it for you, make sure that link is on your website as a button, right? Ideally, you have that on your homepage. Okay, I'll say that again. Ideally, you have your catering link on your homepage. Okay, the reason you want it on your homepage is it's good to have it in these tabs up top as well, but only a couple percentage points of people will actually go into these tabs. Okay, 98% roughly of your traffic will stay on your homepage. Just the way it is. So I would recommend everybody to have a section, kind of like these guys have right here, order catering, but even like a nice section on your homepage dedicated to just catering. So maybe you have like a nice heading that says catering. You have a nice big bold button that says schedule meeting, right? I really like the Yonuts example. They have that on their homepage as well. If you scroll down a little bit, they've got menu and then catering just like right there. Can't miss it. And I really like how these guys did that. So put it on your homepage somewhere. And then also we can run ads for this. So if you want to See you, Nathan. If you want us to run ads behind this, just let us know. And let me show you just an example of what that looks like. We have an ad campaign that we can run Instagram and Facebook ads for catering. So we would target people in the area. We'd say something like, hey, if you're planning on hosting a party or an event, click here to schedule a meeting, and we'll write some copy about that. So you could just email us or send us a message in Slack that you want us to do some catering ads. We can add a little bit of budget behind it. You could add a couple $100 extra. Even $100 is good for the extra catering ads. We don't have to run ads behind it. We can also just do messaging. So guys, in your message blast request form, this is something I'd highly recommend that you use, especially when it's high school graduation season right now, or especially like when the holidays come around the corner, Thanksgiving and Christmas time. This is a really big part, a really big time to like capitalize on that catering and the events, right? So in your message blast form, you can go in here and just select all channels. And again, you're probably familiar with this form, but if you're not, I'll just give a quick explanation. You don't need to make your request sound perfect. You could just simply say, we want to push our catering for Christmas. I'm just using Christmas as an example. Actually, let's go ahead and use for graduation parties. Let's just use that example right now because it's relevant. And then make sure you put your link. Okay. Make sure you put your link, where's my form, in the box right here. So make sure you put your link of where you want us to send people traffic to. Okay, put your Calendly link there. You guys are hopefully familiar with the form by now. And this is one of my favorite features, especially for catering and private events, is the messaging frequency. So not every campaign is good just to send one message. A lot of times we should send multiple messages about this. And especially during like the holiday season, I would recommend doing some sort of a drip campaign. Okay? This would be that we send a message once a week for 8 weeks straight. So we'll send one message a week for 2 months straight around catering and private events. Okay. Or of course, you could select a custom frequency. You could say send every other week or 6 weeks, right? Whatever you decide. Okay. So now that you have this link, obviously put that link on your website. You'll get a lot of traffic just on your website. Most restaurants have a few thousand people going to their website every single month. And so now you'll hopefully capture more of those people. But again, we can also play offense with this. We can run ads, we can send emails about it, and text messages and Facebook Messenger messages. Okay. So guys, that's essentially what we wanted to cover today. I think most of you have done this well. So I want to open it up for some questions. A few questions I'm going through here in the chat box. But if you have questions, please put them in the chat box below, or you could just type in there that you want me to unmute you, and I can unmute you as well. Okay. And I got a couple questions coming on in. Nathan has said one quick comment about the person who asked why we do this. He said this method is how you get high ticket catering. It makes the process very polished. It's an elevated and focused level of attention and service, and you can literally charge more for your services. Very true. Yeah. And again, this is like the same process we use at our company as well, right? All of you who signed up to become a client, we didn't have like some broken back and forth sales process of emailing and sending you brochures and whatever. There's simply just an option for you to schedule a meeting. Right? So quick and easy intake process there, right? Antonio was asking, can you recall your recommendation about buffer time, setting buffer time before or after events? Antonio, the buffer time is really custom to you. Like buffer time is just saying, how much time do you need between appointments? So if you're somebody who has appointments stacked up every single day, um, back-to-back calls all day, then you might want to have a half hour or 30 minute, 30-minute or 15-minute buffer between calls. Obviously, you can adjust that as you go. Let's see. Yeah, you're very welcome. Josh says the link. Yeah, so the link that you'll want to send us is this link right here, where it says copy link. This right here is your link to your Calendly page. So if you do that, you can see it just goes right there. So that's what you want to link people to, that button on your website. Right? If I click this on these guys' page, it just takes me right to that Calendly. Josh, I'm not sure if you're on mute. So did you want to say something? I can unmute you. I can unmute you there if you want. Anybody else got questions? There he is. Say, Josh.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, I already set it up on my website and it works with that link. So,
Perfect.
yep.
Good to go.
And I also found where to go to do the logo.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Yeah. So if anyone in the group, whoever's here, you just click on, I guess, your account where it has your name, where it shows, well, mine, it shows Jay, the add, right next to the add a person, and you,
Oh, there it is.
and you scroll down to branding.
There it is. Nice. Perfect. That's where you get your logo. There you
Yeah.
go. I knew it was somewhere. All righty. Hey, Josh.
You're
You could
welcome.
be our co-host next time.
You could just give me some credits.
Yeah. There you go. Hopefully we'll get you a bunch of catering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Awesome, guys. Anybody else got questions? We've got a handful of people here still, so that's perfect. Oh, got a bunch of people here still. Aaron, Anthony, Antonio, Brian, David, Doug. Hey, Doug. Jose. Hey, Jose. Josh is here. Kimberly, Fong, Pramod. Guys, if you have questions, let me know if you got questions. Happy to unmute you. Happy to answer your questions in the chat box. Antonio says, do you recommend making a post on social media with our link? Yes, I recommend doing everything. Do everything. Yeah, always do everything. Posts, email blast, SMS, Facebook Messenger, ads. Yeah, the more places you put it, the better chances you have to get in front of more people. Yeah. Anthony says, "Can you email me the recording? I had to join late." Yes, I'll put the recording, guys, in the Restaurant Growth University Slack channel. I'll put that there for you guys, and email this out to you guys as well. We'll have another one of these calls. So if for some reason your computer wasn't working or you got here late, we'll have another one of these calls here pretty soon too. Make sure we get you all set up properly. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Josh. Josh, if you just want to email me some of your availability, then we can arrange something. Let me go in here and take a look. Long, we've got yours here. Jimmy's is there. Perfect. If you have questions, let me know. Happy to hang out here. Got about 20 minutes. All right, Josh. Thanks for joining. Kimberly, I don't have my computer with me. um, yes, we'll be having another one of these calls, Kimberly. And so if you want to join the next one, definitely you can. There's also a step-by-step guide as well. So in the chat box below and in our Slack channel and the email I sent you, this is pretty much everywhere. There's a link to the step-by-step guide of how to set this up. So you can just follow the steps if you want. But yeah, happy to email us. We'll have another call as well. So either way, yeah, we're here to help you get it set up. She says, when is the next call? We haven't scheduled the next call yet, but we'll probably do these roughly once a week or every other week. So we're going to send out the invite whenever we get that scheduled. We don't have it scheduled yet. Yeah, you're very welcome. Guys, any other questions? I'm going to jump off here pretty soon. Aaron, Brian, David, guys got any questions for me? If you don't, all good. Yeah, David, I'm seeing your messages. I think maybe you said your computer wasn't working. Let's see what you're saying. It was back up a while. Anna got her set up. All righty, guys. If you got any other questions, you know how to reach us. And thank you for joining the call today. Again, you know the next steps. So perfect. Awesome, David. Guys, yeah, thanks for joining me here today. Appreciate you being on. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you have a busy day at the restaurant. All right. Cheers. See you guys.